Perhaps it's currently the best local repaint solution available. In ComfyUI, after sharing the ComfyUI BrushNet, there are 3 parts: PowerPaint, BrushNet, and RHTV. Let's go through the 14 built-in workflows one by one and see how they're applied in a process-oriented way. The images shown later aren't specially selected. Let's check if it's really effective. Start with PowerPaint. Under the function feature, there are 5 different forms. The expansion of images follows a separate workflow, and in this process, we will demonstrate 4 different methods. Note that this location is equipped with the corresponding node PowerPen. We first use the first mode, Text-Guided Object Repair, to redraw the parts we have covered by guiding with prompts. For example, in this area, I want to repaint the black person's face into a white one, so the semantic segmentation here should be set to face. I input the prompt of a European white male face. All 14 workflows come from examples in this plugin. You can see the result has been obtained. The video has a limited duration, so I won't strive for a more perfect result. It's just a demonstration of the process. Then we see the second item, using shapes to guide object repair and equipment image editing. Now I want to redraw its hair, so I set the prompt to hair. I changed the positive prompt to backcombed hair, rearranged the list, and saw the result. The redrawn image was constrained by its shape. Then we proceed to the third item, object removal. There are recommended prompt keywords here. We copy and paste them into this prompt. In this part of the segment, I use the word staff as my prompt. I want to remove the staff from it. Where is the problem here? Our masks aren't accurate enough. We right-click on the detector to open it and manually create a mask for this staff. That's about it. Click Save, and the mask will be extracted from this image and regenerated again. I tried twice, but you can still see some things on it. The fourth feature is context awareness. What does context awareness mean? It can recognize elements in the image and redraw them without needing any prompts. Enter recommended prompts, detect hair, and proceed directly. The fifth scenario, image expansion direct activation. The difference from the previous workflow is that it uses an external drawing board here, which clearly has a poor effect. I activated reverse mode, then completed the recommendation prompt and re-ranked the results. Oh, it's still not very good. So that's the end of the PowerPen section. It's only applicable to the 1.5 model. We'll mention the 1.5 brush network later. For example, you might ask me, which is better? In the 1.5 BrushNet paper, he claimed it outperformed the PowerPen. But I think we need to analyze each case specifically because images vary and models differ. Even in this place, I don't think we've managed to completely control all variables. BrushNet performs well with certain large models. Some large models perform poorly. The effectiveness also depends on how it compares to this image. In such cases, things will actually become more complicated, so we won't go into details about this place. For the SDXL model, you can just use BrushNet directly since there is no corresponding PowerPen available. For models with 1.5 parameters, both options are worth trying. This point is clearly stated in the official documentation of BrushNet. The quality of the generated images heavily depends on the model we choose. Therefore, when selecting a model, it is important to make an appropriate choice. I still recommend Rabbit Forest model here, whether it's the SDXL or the SD 1.5 model. They can all be customized according to your needs. For example, if you want to use anime, download an anime-specific SDXL model and pair it with an XL version of BrushNet. Search on the domestic website Liblib AI to download them. Then equip the Hello World large model along with another BrushNet. There is also another issue. There are 2 versions, random mask and segmentation. Random mask will be more imaginative and easier to detach from the original image, while segmentation still takes the original image into much consideration. So I'll start by generating with segmentation. The prompt is a backcomb hairstyle, but in terms of the result, it still mainly takes the original hair into consideration. If I switch to a random mask, the result will be even more different from the original image. Next process, partial redraw of the large scene. When dealing with large images, it's best to cut out a portion, process it, and then blend it back in. This uses 2 nodes. One is cut following pen, and the other is local repaint mixing. What does that roughly mean? For example, if I want to redraw its face now, it doesn't mean I'll enlarge the face 1000 by 1000 and then redraw it. After redrawing, we can paste it back using local blend repaint. The next step involves batch processing, which isn't very meaningful unless the redraw is extremely stable. But from what I've observed so far, it's not really very stable. The next step connected an SD amplifier. But we noticed that enlarging the SD will alter the details. Actually, connecting to a SUPR is also possible. The next one has connected to container, IP adapter, and LoRa. I won't test them all individually. This actually explains two things. First, it is not a closed node. It can be used together with other nodes such as container and IP adapter. Second, show us an example of how to connect properly. Third section, RA unit. This can be understood by referring to the high diffusion I shared earlier, since it also mentions high diffusion here. Under normal circumstances, large-sized images tend to be distorted with multiple hands and legs or other strange features. Connecting to RailNet will make the picture more normal. What does the last step mean? RailNet can be mixed with other nodes and has excellent compatibility. So far, 14 procedures have been completed. Overall, ComfyUI BrushNet is still one of the best ways to achieve redrawing in ComfyUI at this time. Navigate to Running Harbor and click on the AI section, or click the link in the introduction to register, which will give you 1,200 points. Logging in daily will also reward you with 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online.